Hi, my name is Frank.
I'm Sherry.
Welcome back to Channel 33 RPM, your channel for vinyl gear and more. Back again, Mrs. Channel 33 RPM. So, are we going to do this random record challenge?
Yes.
Is it random? What'd you do?
It was part random. I kind of went around and started pulling things out just until I either liked the cover or mostly just liked the cover.
Let's do it.
Love vinyl? Tell the world with a Channel 33 RPM t-shirt. Check out the Channel 33 RPM store today.
So the random record challenge is we do this once in a while, and we challenge you to do this at home as well. Either just pick, how many records did you pick here?
7.
7. Just pick 7 random records from your collection, or get someone to pick them for you and have a discussion. Talk about the records, see what you remember about them. Share some stories. Oh, look at this, a classic. This is the soundtrack to Meatballs. Sure, are you a fan of this movie?
I was a fan of all of these movies. Yeah, I like this movie.
We were both teenagers, obviously, in the 80s, so that is kind of was kind of like the stuff all kids wanted to watch back then, and often their parents.
You usually watched it when your parents were sleeping, and it was like down low, like on like volume 1, and you were sitting like right close to the TV so you could hear everything without waking anybody up.
Yeah, and I just lied. I said this was the 1980s. It's actually 1979. So this came out when we were 6 years old. So we wouldn't have watched it the first go around. Oh man! You're rolling out the classics
and the big guns.
This is the Outlaws: Waylon Jennings, Willie Nelson, Jesse Coulter, and Tom Paul Glazer. You know, I was never a huge country guy. I bought this at the Goodwill like a decade ago, and I haven't listened to it in probably a decade. I mean, everyone loves Waylon, right?
But Willie Nelson too.
And Willie, yeah.
Maybe we should put it on.
Yeah. Listen, these videos really inspire me to listen to things I haven't heard forever. You know, in terms of country, Johnny Cash. Of course, everyone likes Johnny Cash. There's a newer guy, Corb Lund from Alberta, who's kind of like alt country, which you've gone to see him. I dig it, but I gotta get back into some of the classics here, like Waylon and Willie. So next up, we got the Reverend Horton Heat. Sure, you seem to always gravitate towards the Reverend.
Yeah, Reverend Horton Heat's a Sherry magnet.
We've shown this in like a few videos. Reverend Horton Heat. They are from Texas, Dallas area, I believe. It's like psychobilly. First time I saw these guys was in the mid-90s, opening for Soundgarden. I've seen them several times since. Have you ever seen Reverend Horton Heat live before?
I haven't. I was just taking a look. There's a lot going on in the album cover.
I find the Reverend Horton Heat material, it's kind of hit and miss. And they used to come through town like once a year, but since COVID, a lot of that has slowed down, so hopefully they make their way back out here again, because we really do dig them. And if you haven't seen them, I gotta take you to see the Reverend Horton Heat. What does Sherry have? Cauldron, new wave of traditional heavy metal from Toronto, Canada. I really love Cauldron, Into the Cauldron. This isn't their best album. I much prefer some of their later day stuff. But these guys are kind of at the forefront of the new wave of traditional metal, basically modern or newer bands kind of taking that classic 1980s metal sound and bringing it into today. I really do dig these guys. They haven't put out anything in a little while, so hopefully they're still around and still a band, because I would like to hear more stuff from them. This one was a really early recording. This one's actually on the War on Music label, which was based here in Winnipeg. But they've now moved to Victoria, I believe. But Cauldron in particular, some of their mid to later day stuff is worth checking out. This is more the roots of Cauldron, but cool nonetheless. What? Oh man, you're rocking with the Canadian stuff. Do you know Diamonds at all?
Oh really? No, I didn't know.
Diamonds?
Well, I didn't know that they were Canadian.
Diamonds are a cool band. They unfortunately they're disbanded. The guitarist Daniel Decay is now in Canadian classic thrash band Exciter. So he's joined that, but he was in Diamonds before. And this might be my favorite Diamonds album, Never Wanna Die. Female fronted, as I said, from Toronto, Canada. There's it says Canada Factor there. People might wonder why some records have this Canada flag. It says Factor. Factor means a grant is provided by this organization called Factor. They help fund the arts. So if you're Canadian, your band is funded in part by Factor. You got to put their logo on the back. I dig this artwork. This is kind of, it's classic hard rock. It's not metal, but it's sort of brought into the modern era. I can kind of compare it maybe to like Skid Row and Killer Dwarfs. That kind of stuff. Short, catchy songs, loud drums, loud guitars, in your face, but again, really catchy. And apparently Bill Ezrin was a big fan of these guys. Bill Ezrin is a famous producer, did Alice Cooper, Kiss, Pink Floyd, all sorts of stuff.
So what happens, because you mentioned that the Daniel Decay went over to a different band.
Exciter, yeah.
Exciter. So then can the old band not just continue on? Because you said it's female fronted, so she's the singer.
Yeah, they could, but she wanted, and what's her name? I follow her on Twitter. I can't believe I'm forgetting her name. Priya. She lives in California now. She kind of got, well, I understand her, just what she's been saying on the socials. She got tired of doing the hard rock. She put out some solo singles. It's more kind of like popish kind of stuff. So she was, I think, expanding her musical direction. So I think she was fine to kind of disband.
That's good. I mean, like, as long as you continue on doing what you like, you don't have to do it within like the band, but as long as you're doing the stuff that feeds your soul. So
yeah. Anyway, Diamonds, great pick. Check out Diamonds. Duran Duran.
So good they named him twice.
So I was gonna say Hungry Like the Wolf. This is not Hungry Like the Wolf was not on here. You know what? Funny. I know you guys have stuff to say about Duran Duran, but
I don't have stuff to say. You go on.
When growing up, I was a metal kid, so it was never cool to like Duran Duran. It was like, oh my god, those guys sucked, but they were great.
Oh yeah.
Great songwriters. The Reflex, that's one of my favorite songs. Hungry Like the Wolf. I don't know, there's so many. Even the 90s stuff Duran Duran was putting out.
Her
some
name
good stuff.
is Rio.
Or Rio, yeah. And they had so much good stuff. But New Moon on Mondays on here. I don't know, were you a fan of Duran Duran?
Yeah, I like Duran Duran. They're the type of band that, when they come on, you can just listen to them.
Yeah.
Like, it's always a classic. It's never been overplayed for me. It's just always...
Yeah, I thought they were like basically a boy band that couldn't play their instruments or whatever, but they're actually good musicians. Mm-hmm. What's the other song on here? Union of the Snake. That's a great song. Yeah, Duran Duran. I admit it, I like them.
Okay, so the last one I picked out.
We're on the last one already.
We're on the last one.
It's gone by like a...
The last one I picked out because I don't know what it is.
Okay. I hope I know what it is. This is the Germs. So this was like 1970s punk from California, Los Angeles, I'm thinking, and the guitarist in the Germs, Pat Smear, went on to play rhythm guitar in Nirvana.
What?
And he is now in the Foo Fighters.
Nice.
Yeah, I think he's significantly older than the other Foo Fighters. That's his story. This is live at the Starwood, December 3rd, 1980. This was on Run Out Groove, and this was a cool release. I mean, they packed it full of cool stuff. They had
There's a lot of stuff in there.
Yeah, they had like this. They have
oh, it looks like their movie poster or their
posters.
the gig poster. Sorry, that's cool.
Yeah, and there's another one. Run Out Groove really produces some good stuff. They used to send me promo copies of a lot of their things, but unfortunately that stopped. But when Run Out Groove puts something good out, I always make sure I grab it because they're quite limited and all their stuff is top notch. So yeah, the Germs live at the Starwood, 1980.
Yeah.
All right, Sherry, thanks for playing the Random Record Challenge until 33 RPM. We'll have you back sometime, dear 33ers. Let us know what you thought of today's episode in the comments below. If you dug it, we would appreciate a quick thumbs up. Until next time, keep on spinning.